Thank you for watching and tuning in to this channel. Today I want to talk about depression. You know, many people today are gripping and disturbed and sick and suffering from depression, which is a big challenge in society today. And especially with the current challenges that we are facing. Economic constraints, psychosocial issues keep on adding and adding more pain to us. And you know, as a counseling psychologist, I have been able to handle a number of cases almost on a daily basis. On a monthly basis, we get so many clients that are dealing and battling with the depression. So, let me share just a few hints on the same. Of course, for more details, you can be able to subscribe and get in touch with me through this channel. Remember to subscribe this channel even now so that you can be able to get more insights. Also, tune in the notification so that whenever I upload a new topic or new article, you'll be able to learn. So what is depression? Depression is one of the list of mental illnesses. It's a mental mood disorder that affects our lives. I want just to share some key common symptoms and also talk about the treatment of depression. By the way, you may be wondering what I'm holding. This is what we call DSM-5. What is DSM-5? This is what we call the diagnostic statistical manual that we use as counseling psychologists and mental health practitioners. This is like a Bible to a pastor. This is like a stethoscope to a doctor. This is very key. So, to be able to diagnose that you have depression, there are several things that we do. We use different tools, and most of the time, personally, I use BDI. BDI is one of the tools that we use, and we have several questions that you are able to respond to, and out of that, we are able to determine how depressed you are. There are some of the questions that we ask. In the last 14 days or so, that is beyond 14 days, could you be having problem with sleep? Has your sleep pattern changed? Either you are sleeping too much or you are sleeping too little. So you have insomnia. You sleep for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and you lose sleep completely. How is your sleep pattern of late? In the last 14 days and beyond. So if you think that you have a problem with sleep pattern, for example, to degree of 1, degree of 2, degree of 3, and degree of 4, we are able to determine how you're being affected by sleep. Number 2, loss of weight. When you lose weight unintentionally, for the last 14 days or beyond, for example, 1 month, you have lost 5 kgs unintentionally. You are not a weight loss exercises, but you have lost weight. That becomes another element that we also ask. Besides the sleep, the loss of weight. Number 3, change in appetite. Maybe you are eating too much, what we call compensative eating, to compensate the stress that you are having, or you have no appetite at all. That lack of appetite, that is not normal for the last 14 days and beyond, could be an indication that you could be depressed. Appetite. I've talked about sleep, I've talked about appetite, I've talked about loss of weight. Number 4, feeling of fatigue. You wake up in the morning and you feel tired. Just to do the normal things, you feel tired. That could be an indication of something. Something else. You feel like you have lost interest in the things that you loved doing. Maybe you loved watching football, you loved watching movies, you loved reading, you loved exercising. Some things that you love doing, you lose interest in them. That is an indication of a problem. Something else, irritability. Something small makes you to start feeling kind of irritated. You talk to people and you are almost jumping over them and shouting at them. Irritability is an indication that you could be depressed. Remember, these symptoms have to be seen for the last 14 days. The severity of the level at which you are depressed is determined by the scale that I will use to assess how depressed you are. So, that is irritability. Another thing is sadness. You just feel sad, you are sad, very low mood, sadness. If this has been persisting for the last several days, at least 14 and beyond, that is our standard of determining depression, then that could be a problem. Another thing, the list goes on. Another thing is crying. You find yourself crying more often than before. Or you could be even so worse that you want to cry, but you cannot even cry. That is an indication that you are severely depressed. So, crying. The list goes on and goes on and goes on. I cannot exhaust this in this video, but I've just given you some hints on things that could be affecting you, that you could be having, that if that appears, we say according to this operation, if 6 of those appear for more than 14 days, then chances are that you are depressed. And all that is needed is to determine the level of depression. There are several levels. You could be having mild mood disturbance. You could be having borderline clinical depression. You could be having moderate depression, which is a real issue. And now you could be having the highest 2 level, which is crisis. For me, I don't deal with the 2 above until you see, first of all, a psychiatrist. Remember, I'm a counseling psychologist. So, if I determine that you have severe depression or extreme depression, the best thing that I can do is immediately refer you to a psychiatrist. I'll be talking about that aspect when I'll be explaining the treatment for depression. So after we assess you for that, then we come to the next thing. Now, the treatment. Is depression treatable? Yes, it is. How do you treat depression? There are 2 approaches. Number 1 is the pharmacological approach, and the other part is the psychotherapy approach. So what is pharmacological? Pharmacological means being given meds by a psychiatrist to balance the neurotransmitters. The other aspect, once you balance the neurotransmitters, the psychiatrist refers you to me to be able to work in life. That is now when you need a counseling psychologist to be able to work with you and determine what is the best thing to do. So that is just some hints. Remember to subscribe to this channel so that you can be able to get more insights from me. Contact me as well. I'll be able to reach and help you wherever that you are watching from. Thank you. This is Isaac Maweo, your counseling psychologist.